The late adopter. We are no more in the channel, guys. Unfortunately, we are no more in the channel. We are in a second channel below us, like we talked about yesterday. So I'm going to show you how that is actually working. But it's nice to see that, you know, we kind of messed up and kind of fell out of the channel on the downside. You see also this yellow line up here, that was the 50 moving average. We closed below. Let me zoom in so you can see this. We closed below the 50 moving average. We tried to get back above the 50 moving average. We failed to do that. Everybody was like, no power. We gone down. And we went down. You can see down here. And went down a little bit sideways, moved up here, and right now, you know, we're getting these big wicks on the downside, because on the downside we are at the next channel level, next support, like we talked about yesterday. So this channel that we are drawn over here, we're gonna draw it with another tool up here, so you can see it a little bit better. It goes something like this, give or take, and goes all the way up. Let me just zoom in a little bit up here so I can show you better. It goes something like this, right? You can see down here on the bottom, down here you can see tops, you can see support levels. As soon as we missed support, you know, could not get back above it, we went down. And what do we say? Channels work that way, guys. Channels work that way. You lose one channel support, you go to the next one. Next one is down here at 36,000. We came almost 36.2. So, you know, we technically did not hit it quite yet, you know, but, you know, that don't have to be. You know, it was pretty good. It was pretty good, if I might say, you know, 5-6% on downside. We said that we might go. We did that. So the question is, what now? What's next? What's happening? Are we gonna, you know, is this, you know, channel gonna hold, or are we gonna go to the next, and so forth, You know, luckily for us, I don't think we're gonna have big dumps. I think this is one of the last moves on the downside over here. I don't know how is this gonna play out. But I'm not expecting right now. I'm not expecting any kind of, you know, big levels below 31, 32 levels down here. Again, we might have a pullback. We're gonna see how this actually pullback is playing out. But right now, what I'm seeing here, you know, today is gonna be a little bit boring day, at least the way this is playing out. We might continue dumping on downside, but it just doesn't seem that likely. Let's see up here on the 1 hourly chart if I missed something. Let me just see here really quickly over here. Yeah, rising, going down a little bit. It might go a little bit up here, because this is this kind of getting into some kind of let me see again these. Yeah, there is no divergence up here, still no divergence down there. Technically we can go down or up. We can do anything right now, but the way I see it, we are pretty close to this support area right now. So I think at least we gonna have a little bit bounce up here. So maybe some kind of sideways movement over here right now for, you know, for today. Not quite sure that we are gonna have any kind of big dump, because this support level, you know, previous support level, this support level up here around 36,000 is pretty decent right now, especially for these kind of moves that don't have that much leverage behind them, because they are coming, this down movement coming from a big uptrend. It's not a downtrend that has another down move. So this is an uptrend that has a down move, and usually it's not a big deal. So right now I don't see this as a big deal. The most important thing that, you know, I'm looking at right now, this is on the 4 hourly time frame. I'm looking at this 10, 20, 50 moving average. I'm looking how the price will react once it gets hit by them, because right now we are gonna get these moving averages towards us. We're gonna have this support going towards the upside, and, you know, something's gonna happen here. If, you know, support fails, we go down. But, you know, if we somehow manage to get above the moving averages, there might be a retest on this yellow line up here, maybe even you know, get back into the channel on the upside. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. But right now, you know, for today, some kind of sideways motion can actually happen. There has been a couple of things that we forgot to talk about, guys. So I think I should mention it right now. The first one is the moon phases. I don't know how many of you are into the moons and stuff like that, but we on this channel love the moons. We love when stuff is, you know, rising and rising. So as you can see here, we right now on the daily time frame, we got unfortunately the dump moon. So this is what people call the pump moon, the full moon, and the dump moon, the new moon. So right now, you know, the new moon is you know, kicking us on the downside. The full moon did not technically you could say that, you know, a full moon did actually, you know, push us towards the upside, because oftentimes these full moons and new moons don't actually start on the exact date when the new moon and full moon happens. They can start a little bit before, a little bit after. So you can see here we started up, you know, full moon came up here, but we, you know, went down, you know, so technically we went down on the full moon. But you know, if we just wait after the dump, you know, it did push us a little bit towards the upside. But it's kind of crap, you know. In these kind of bearish markets, these moons, these full moons, these pump moons are not working that well. On the other hand, the dump moons, the dump moons are working too good. You know, every single time you got a dump moon, you know, it is working too good. So, you know, that's unfortunate for us right now. So that's what another one of these things that I'm looking at as well. I also forgot to mention on the daily time frame, we went back below the moving averages. So right now we are a little bit bearish on the downside, not a big deal. And the second thing I forgot to talk about in the previous couple of videos is the monthly time frame, guys. Monthly time frame is very good the way I see it. I know we dumped, but we dumped back down to 20 moving average, and we held above the 20 moving average. Now I'm not fearing any kind of move down to some kind of 20,000 during this month. So I think we got like 4 weeks of kind of sideways motion, some kind. If we go on the downside, I think you know, we might see some kind of big weeks on the upside again, towards the upside. So definitely can see some kind of, you know, levels down to at 31, 32, like we saw previously, down to these weeks on downside where we pull back up again. But it's only after this candle close. That means, you know, in March, when this candle closes below the 20 moving average, that we might see a big dump on the downside. So we might expect, you know, March to be a very bad if it goes below 20 moving average. You'll also see here on the bigger time frame, this monthly time frame, you'll see that, you know, previously, you know, this 20 moving average. Let me just remove these other annoying stuff on the chart. You'll see that the 20 moving average has been acting as a very good support. Now even down here in the bear market, you know, people haven't been calling it bear market until the, you know, a capitulation dump. But capitulation dump came after we broke the 20 moving average. We went, and you know, as long as we are above it, it's all good. But you know, when we didn't dump, you know, through the 20 moving average, we, you know, moved a little bit below the 20 moving average and then closed below it and then dumped on the downside. And you'll see down here as well that you know, you have to close below the 20 moving average for, you know, any kind of, you know, dumpage to continue on the downside. So the close is very important. So right now I think the bulls and the bears are fighting about, you know, the big bulls and the big bears are fighting about the 20 moving average on the monthly time frame. This is monthly time frame. Big time frames, it's very slow. Most people are not watching this, so that's what I'm looking at. Weekly time frame also looks weekly time frame actually looks kind of nice, not because of this 10 moving average, but again because of this 20 moving average. So you might be asking, hey man, how can weekly look good? Because we are overextended on the downside from the weekly moving average, right? We are overextended on the downside. So I like that, you know, because if it's continue pushing this on the downside, that this will definitely, you know, ricochet towards the upside again. Anyways, guys, I don't got anything else for you today. Subscribe button is right below. If you want to see everyday Bitcoin updates, click the subscribe button. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Sayonara. Bye bye.